Why do you think investors are so excited?
Well, there's a couple of things that people are excited about. They love seeing the ARR growth, the annualized recurring revenue growth. It's up 28%. And it's the kind of thing that they were expecting to see as we were moving into this side of the transition. Remember when you're in the front end of a transition, everything's going this way, and now we're in the side where everything's going this way, and people are seeing the results they expect to see. And it's actually giving us some room to talk about what we're trying to do with the company long term and not just the move to subscription.
Right, so as you complete the move to subscription and you get more customers converted, where is that long-term growth going to come
from? The exciting thing that's going to be happening for the company in this new age of automation is we're moving from being a design software company to be a design make automation provider. So we're going to be getting much more into our customers' make processes, their construction processes, their manufacturing processes, their film production processes. And that's really the exciting long-term opportunity for the company. And it's fueled by the subscription transition, but it's also fueled by the new cloud-based age of machine learning and automation that we're all wandering into right now. It's very exciting.
Speaking of, we had one of your employees on the show a few months ago to talk about Ava, this female AI that Autodesk has been working on that's being integrated or planning to be integrated into more of your software. This is an AI that can analyze facial expressions and supposedly, you advertise it can detect emotions. What is the progress on this?
Yeah, and that's a customer-facing application that helps our customers actually do things with our products. It's not actually built into the products. It's just how we interact with our customers. And frankly, the way it's designed for the processes that we're using it for, it's actually increasing customer satisfaction. I mean, we've all had interactions with chatbots, right? And sometimes you just want to find out which button gets you off the chatbot.
Sometimes it's creepy, and sometimes it's very inconvenient.
And you just want the person thing. This particular one, we targeted it so tightly to a particular problem customers were having and that they'd call us about that satisfaction scores actually went up. So that piece is working, but that's just the tip of the iceberg and things we can automate for our customers.
What do you think about the sort of backlash to these kind of AIs and that people want true human connection and they are still going to physical stores in order to get that connection, even though, yes, e-commerce is booming and will continue to grow?
Yeah, so we're automation optimists. We're actually machine learning optimists about where the future is going. We believe that the AI and the machine algorithms and all these things you're seeing, they're best when they facilitate collaboration between human beings. And when we look at what we're trying to do with our software, we're trying to move away from having software talk to you and more facilitate interdisciplinary connections, like between architects and construction managers and architects and building planners and architects and owners. This is where we believe the real power is, because yes, people want the human connection, and they also want to know their role as human beings is a really important part of the process.
So you're not worried about the apocalyptic future that Elon Musk warns about with the coming of AI?
I have a great deal of respect for Elon. However, I disagree with him on the apocalyptic future. I think he's read too much dystopian science fiction. I read the same science fiction. I just see the world differently. We see AI as solving a fundamental capacity problem in the world. And that capacity problem is our built world. You know what Autodesk does. We work with people that build buildings, products, roads. Do you think we can do enough of that right now? Do you think we're effective, efficient enough at that? No. People need to do more, and they need to do it a lot better and with a lot less negative impact on the world. We think AI is going to help us do that, not destroy jobs. It's actually going to create a whole new climate and class of jobs.
What about M&A? How much will that be part of your strategy going forward?
We've always been an acquisitive company. And when you look at what we're trying to do, where we're trying to be number one in the construction space, move more deeply into the world of advanced and digital manufacturing, we're absolutely going to be looking at all options as we move forward. It's just who we are.
What areas would you be interested in?
Construction is first and foremost the area we're looking at right now. We just bought a company called Assemble, which helped reinforce the pre-construction planning part of our portfolio. We'll always be looking at opportunities.
And what about, we've been talking about election meddling, we've been talking about increased cybersecurity concerns as everything goes to the cloud and hackers around the world become more and more sophisticated. What are you doing to safeguard yourself and your clients against that?
Yeah, look, security and the security of the data and the preservation of the data and frankly privacy is a big deal for us. I mean, this whole discussion we're having right now around privacy, around Facebook, this is something I've been passionate about for 5 years. I think Silicon Valley is at its best when it treats its end users as its customers, not its products. And as we start moving away from this, you're my product and I can do something with you and sell you to other people, and start moving to a mindset where no, you're my end user and I have to satisfy you, we're going to get past some of these concerns because uniform privacy laws for all of us, I think, are going to level the market and actually accelerate innovation, not hold it back.
But Facebook's business model is fundamentally based on selling our information.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for them, isn't it? Yeah.
That's not going to change.
You know, I think one of the things that we need to look at, and this is a hot button for me, it's something I'm passionate about, this whole, end user as customer. If we start looking at uniform privacy laws, we'll start leveling the playing field about which business model is successful. Look at Apple. What has Apple done? Apple, they basically sell small micro subscriptions for everything. I happily give my money to Apple for every little micro. I've lost track of how many micro subscriptions I have with Apple. And I'm not concerned about it because I like the ecosystem they've created where they're providing value back to me, they treat me as the customer, and they don't sell me.
Right.
I think what Europe has done with GDPR is partly right. There's a little bit of anti-American tech companies in there, but we should do that everywhere.